try that one more time. How are we doing tonight? Awesome. Well, I'm Kirby. It's so nice to meet all of you tonight. I'm excited to be here. Something tight, 'cause I knew that was the last time, Sometimes I wait up by the door, that heart you caught must be waiting for you. Even now when it's already over, I can't help myself from looking for you. Maybe I could be a professional singer. So when I graduated from the University of Nebraska in 2006 with my bachelor's degree in business administration, I decided to take that chance. Don't know much about your life, and I don't know much about your world, but what do you say, jumping off the edge, never knowing if there's solid ground below, or hand to hold, or help to pay? What do you say? What do you say? The honor of performing with the USO show troupe, entertaining our military and their families for the few years that I lived in New York City. And I want to dedicate this next song to our active military veterans we have in the audience. Raise your hand. Thank you all so much for your service. This one goes out to you. Where have all the good men gone, and where are all the guys? There's someone reaching back to me. There's a lot of thunder rising with the heat. It's gonna take a Superman to sweep me off my feet. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night. He's gotta be strong, and he's gotta be fast, and he's gotta be fresh from the fight. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero. Thanks. Thank you all again for your service. Now, my time with the USO was so awesome. I got to do some fantastic gigs. Like you heard in the announcement, I got to open for Katy Perry and Tim McGraw with them, and I got to sing at Yankee Stadium. But the most important work that I did with the USO was actually in the hospitals, the one-on-one time we got with our active military and our veterans as well. And if you don't mind, I want to share a little story with you. So we were, I think it was in Virginia, we were at a veterans hospital, and they'd asked us to do a show for the Alzheimer's unit of the hospital. So me and my two other women in the group, we went in and we started our show, and we got to the World War II medley. It was 3 different songs from the World War II era that were very important to the troops back then. And I started out the medley, and I heard someone singing from the back of the room, and I couldn't figure out who it was, so I walked back there. And back in the corner, there was this World War II veteran sitting in his wheelchair, and he was facing down. And wouldn't you know it, he was singing every single word with me. Keep in mind, this is the Alzheimer's unit. So I leaned down, and we sang every word together of that song, and then he went on to sing the other songs with the other girls. And when the whole show finished, we ended with God Bless America. And he kept going when the song was done. He just took a solo and just kept going. He just obviously loved to sing and knew every single word. It was a really cool moment, but the coolest part about this story is when his music therapist came up to me after the show. And she told me, you know, this man, he hasn't spoken a word in a very, very long time. And he knew every single word to one of those songs, and he sang them with you. This is that medley. I'll always think of you that way. Thank you. Now, my dad used to play Patsy Cline's greatest hits on repeat in the car every day. It used to drive me crazy. But he also made me sing Walking After Midnight to him before I could go to bed at night. And I learned to love Patsy Cline, and she became a huge influence on my voice. So I have put together a little medley for you in honor of the late and great Patsy Cline. If there's a new love in your heart, now go out walking after midnight. When you come, and I'm crazy for love. Sweet dreams of you. Every night I go through, why can't I forget the past? Start loving someone new instead of having sweet dreams about you. Thank you. I love Patsy Cline, but I also love a fantastic band called Journey. Do we have some Journey fans out there? It's one of my favorite songs. Highway ride into the midnight sun. Wheels go round and round, you're on my mind. Walking down the boulevard, the shadows searching in the night. Streetlights, people living just a kind of notion, hiding somewhere in the night. I know he's only 2, but he's had a little bit of a journey himself. We knew when I was pregnant with him that he had a congenital heart defect. He had 2 holes in his heart. We knew he'd have to have open heart surgery when he was 6 months old. We were prepared for that. When he was born about 5 weeks early, about a week after he was born, we discovered that he had Down syndrome. And it was quite a shock. We had tests while we were pregnant, and they all came back negative. So it was a huge shock, and I had a really hard time with the diagnosis. I grieved for this baby that I thought I was going to have, and it took me a long time to really accept it. But I'll tell you what, Corbin is the coolest kid on the block. He's awesome, and we're just so blessed that he's here, and he's alive, and he's doing well. And I'm so proud to be his mom. And this next song is actually dedicated to him. And also, it's a song about my dedication to him as his mother. When I wake up every day, I want to make sure that I help him reach his full potential, because he has so much potential. And so many people with Down syndrome and any disability have so much potential, and we all have to help them realize that and help them thrive. And it takes a village, and this next song goes out to him and all the people in his life that's helped him get where he is today. Broken down and tired, living life on a merry-go-round. You can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we're gonna walk it out. Ooh, mountains, we're gonna walk it out. I'll rise He's a cool kid. You sure love him. Well, thank you. Thank you. I'd love to meet you after. I'm going to be up there chatting to anybody who wants to come chat with me. I'm a bit of a talker, so come hang out up there after the show. And thank you so much for letting me share some of my story with you. I hope I've added a little bit to yours this week on your beautiful Hawaiian cruise. So thank you again, and have a fantastic rest of your cruise. And all the reasons across my face, tell you the story of who I am. Some stories of where I live, and how I got to where I am. Oh, but these stories don't mean anything when you've got no one to tell them to. It's true. I was made for you. Oh yeah, it's true that I was made for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the phenomenal Kirby Go-Long. That's right, keep that round of applause going for the amazing Kirby Go-Long. Did you all enjoy the show tonight?